And you got the Baltimore dudes.
Oh my God. You know what I mean? You talking about grimy, dog.
They thought they was the most good.
First off, my brother, I'd like to say thank you for inviting me. It's an honor and a pleasure to actually be involved in something like this, especially what's going on. My name is Derrick Snowden. I went to Archbishop Spalding High School, and that's in Severn, Maryland, and I attended Villanova University for college. As far as high school and AAU, I mean, I played from anywhere from PG Jaguars to Running Rebels with Coach Ralph Burley, who honestly made me the player I was in M to this day. So shout out to Ralph Burley. I still love you, and yes, I still love you, and yes, if it wasn't for you, a lot of things would have been different for me. But, you know, back to the basketball aspect of things, very competitive. I mean, in Baltimore City, you know, if you wasn't tough, if you wasn't gritty, if you wasn't somebody who really could handle pressure, you know, playing in Baltimore City, you will break at some point. All of those guys shaped my game in some way, shape, or form, like competing against those guys. AAU-wise, I mean, I was everywhere from Tim Thomas players to Baltimore Select, Oliver Owls. Shout out to Coach Bucky Lee, rest in peace. He was a real instrumental influence, part of my growth as a competitor in basketball. You know, practicing in Oliver gyms was definitely one of the tougher experiences in Baltimore. But if you could play in that gym and make it out of there with respect, you could pretty much play anywhere in the country, I felt like. So.
Be here, work hard, you're going to be good. But if you come here, play around, you're going to stay the same. You're not going to get better. Crab walk, let's go.
What up?
I love defense. I love it. I love it.
I make moves, make room, like a stampede when I'm coming through. I'm a win, I never learned how to lose. You me, I ain't like this other dude. Okay, the greatest is here. Y'all can reserve the space. I put that work in for years, in and out of the state. I'm just an artist you fear. I can tell by your face, cause I'm scarring the building. Y'all try your best to escape. See now I know this, I'm so in focus. Y'all haters bold, get some flicks out inside your safe house. I feel like Tobin, I own this. I'm pure dopeness. You want some broke shit? Oh no, bitch, I'm locked and loaded. I control this. I run rap like an athlete in the track.
Teammates, yeah. I mean, I went to Archbishop Spalding, like I said. When I went to Archbishop Spalding, I played with James Bowen, Tremaine Robinson, Batman, Darren Johnson, Isaac Brooks. There's a lot of upperclassmen I'm forgetting right now off the top of my head. Jason Campion, Joe Petroselli, Jimmy Dent, Aaron Masters. Well,
it was pared down to 2 as the 5th-ranked St. Francis.
I feel like I was really like ready. I really feel like everything was preparation for me, and you know, like I vividly remember I was playing. I was actually playing with Oliver Owls first year. I was down there, and I remember having a game. I wasn't playing too well. I wasn't getting a lot of playing time in the BNBL. I was extremely upset about that. Sorry about that, Bucky. But and I remember that year, you know, I decided not to play and go to the Nationals. I think it was my sophomore year, going into my junior year. So I didn't go to Nationals, but, you know, the plan for me was, you know, I wasn't going to sit around and do nothing. So Coach Ralph Burley got me a membership to a local gym. I think it was Gold's Gym, and he got me a personal trainer. And I had a couple camps to go to, which was like ABCD, Adidas camp. At the time, it was like one of the most prestigious camps. That and Nike, Eastern Invitationals, and I believe 5-star Invitationals as well. And I went to Adidas camp And I think the preparation of having a personal trainer, and for that whole first maybe 5 to 7 weeks of AAU, I was training. I felt like I was training like a professional back then, as far as what they had me doing. But I went into that camp. I kind of came out of that camp after that camp as like, top 5 point guard in the country. I think I was ranked 73rd or 75th best player in the country after that. And a lot of notoriety came. And I think after that, it was like, it gave me the confidence in my mind to know, okay, yeah, I am as good as like everybody else. I feel like I'm that good. I feel like I'm, I can compete, with anybody you put in front of me. But I think that validated it. And then back from Adidas camp, as far as awards, I won, I think I won Baltimore Catholic League Player of the Year once or twice. I can't remember. I think it was once. At Adidas camp, I made the All-Star team. 5-star camp, I came back with most outstanding player from 5-star camp maybe 4 times. I think at 5-star camp, I won almost every award they could possibly give out throughout the tenure of my years in high school. I was able to play in a Jordan Classic back then, Verizon Center with some of the best players in the country, and then also they had like a DMV DC Baltimore select team, so it was like a USA Jordan team versus the DMV All Stars. I think it's called the Jordan Classic now. Eastern Invitationals I did pretty well. Didn't go there that much. I went there once, I think. But the bulk of my hardware in high school, came from 5-star and the Adidas camp that I went to. But Adidas was more exposure, and I went there younger. But I feel like those camps, going to those summer camps, playing against, the best 200, best 300 kids supposedly in the country, made me real competitive. And, I've always been naturally competitive at a lot of things internally. So basketball was my passion. So I wanted to prove to everybody around me, my peers, friends, family, and just anybody watching that I was like a really good player. I think it worked out for me pretty well for a bit. Oliver, I won 2 national championships, one in Florida, and the other one I think was in Cleveland. Reggie was on those teams. Shout out to Reggie Bryant, one of the smoothest, most efficient offensive powerhouses when he got going ever to this day. He showed me a lot offensively. Everybody kind of knew me as more of a defensive quick player, but playing with Reggie at Villanova, he really helped my game expand a lot when I was in college. The Catholic League Player of the Year and most outstanding player my senior year in school, I think I ended up with 1450, so 1,450 points. I think it was like 763 assists. I also made All-County Player of the Year my junior and senior year, and then I made the All-County first team. I think it was 3 out of my 4 years in high school. I think the most recent award I got, it was a while ago, maybe 6 or 7 years ago, was the Baltimore Catholic League Hall of Fame. So that was actually a pretty cool experience. Not a lot of people can say they made the Baltimore Catholic League Hall of Fame. So I was extremely grateful. And honestly, my toughest, I feel like every time we played like Reggie at Calvert Hall, and honestly, to me back then, I feel like it was between us and Towson Catholic while I was there. Going into my sophomore, junior, senior years. My sophomore year, actually, let me stop that. It was the Mark Karcher and Juan Dixon show in the Baltimore Catholic League. Like, if you wanted to do anything or be anybody, you had to go through them two at that time. So shout out to those two. but I played them primarily, one season. They were a little older, so I would say like going through the Catholic League plan, it was always Reggie. Probably up until, maybe when, going into our senior years when everybody around everywhere knew we were going to Villanova together. But, after that, I kind of looked at Reggie a lot differently then. But I would say, like, to me, the one guy who I feel like in the Catholic League that I never could do anything with, honestly, was LaFontae Johnson. Tay was like, to me, looking back, watching him play in the Catholic League, it was like he was the man. Like, LaFontae Johnson was the man for Towson Catholic in my mind. Like, if I had any shot to say that, like, I was a good player, a good point guard, like, I had to play well, do well. We had to make sure we won. But honestly, while he was, he was a little older as well, we never beat, I don't think we beat Towson Catholic while he was there. I think this is more of my younger years, but I would say the biggest rival was always, and I hate to say it because Buckethead is my favorite player for real of all times, and like we still talk to this day, and like I love this guy. He every time I hear about him, he definitely brightens my day. It's Keith Jennifer, man. I mean, Keithy was like, I vividly remember watching the high school sports show, junior, senior year, and at some points I'm looking at the numbers he was putting up in games when we weren't playing against him. He had a couple 35, 40-point games in a row. I'm looking like, I don't know, he might beat me out for this player of the year in the conference, man. This guy is a problem. But, every time I played against those three, I think it's Reggie, LaFontae, and Keith Jennifer in the Catholic League. You had to bring your A game. People's moves, trying to learn how to do, that step cross that Keefy had, and LaFontae, the way he came off screens and was so efficient using their big men, it was either he come off one shot or he was in the lane, dishing it, making the right pass, making everybody better. And Reggie was just a nonstop, relentless scorer, man. And, you would hate to play against Reg and Reg get it going, because once Reg started making a couple shots, honestly, it was really in high school nothing you could do with Reg. Like, those three guys, opposite me really pushed me. Like, they were always like, at certain points while I was playing in the Baltimore Catholic League, in my head, thinking about, like, I gotta be as good as them. Like, I gotta make sure when I play them, I play well. I gotta win those games. Like, it was always do or die. And from those experiences playing with them and competing with them, I think, with at least 2 out of 3 I've developed great relationships. Shout out to all 3 of those guys as well. But yeah, I think those 3 were definitely 3 in the Baltimore Catholic League that were like, yeah, I need to step up every day, every game we played them, because if not, yeah, you was going to get exposed.